So I was able to hold off for 2 weeks, and then things like I was getting contractions every now and then. Like there was like they had to give me medicine every couple of days to stop the contractions because my body was continuing to try to go into labor. And then at the 2 week mark, the medicine just wasn't working anymore. And they're like, well, you're at 33 weeks now, so if your body is saying that it's time for you to give birth, then we're really not going to stop it at this point. So they didn't stop it, and they just prepped me up for the C-section because my platelet counts were just borderline high enough where it was safe. And they thought like nothing bad was going to happen, and then nothing bad happened. I found out they take out your bladder when they do a C-section, which is really disgusting. Uh, but yeah, so so on February 15th at 1:44 in the afternoon, she came out. She came out. Yeah, she's so cute. And she's finally asleep. She had breathing problems because obviously she was so young. Her lungs were very immature. She had to be on a breathing tube for the first week in the NICU. And I had to stay at the Ronald McDonald House because I got discharged like 3 days after delivering her. And I lived 2 hours away. And there was no way in hell I was going to be able to leave her. So I had to sacrifice not going to work and losing where I live because everything financially was put on David to try to take care of everything, and we were in the hole like $600 a month when I was gone. Well, because I wasn't working for the entire month, so that was really bad. But I couldn't leave her, and then I couldn't go back to work when I finally did get home because I just had a C-section, and it took me a little bit longer than I had wanted to get better because since I was not in the hospital anymore, I did go out of my way I overworked myself when she was still in the hospital. Because I had to walk to the hospital to see her, and I made a point to see her every single day from 8 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock at night. And then I would give myself the nighttime for me, even though it wasn't really me because I still pumped every 2 hours. I made sure that she had everything that I could give her so that she can come home sooner. And I think that's the reason why she was able to come home so soon because I was there every single day to be with her. And it's really sad because there were babies in the NICU that never got to see their parents. Like maybe once a week I would see one of the babies or some. Well, even though I wasn't there, but it was like I only saw the parents once, and then they never came back. And I was there every single day, so this is why I know that that's how that was. And she was only on level 3 for like not even a whole week, and then she went up to the level 2, and she went up to the nice level 2. She went up like upstairs where like private rooms are at. That was pretty sweet. So she did really good. She was, in my opinion, one of the best babies in the NICU. She never cried. She was very easygoing. Like you give her shots, she would cry over the shots, but she would get over it real quick. So she was just a really good baby. She clearly wasn't. I mean, she had complications, but she wasn't as sick as the other babies. She didn't really need to be on level 3, but she was on level 3 because of her weight and because she had to have the tube feedings and her lungs. And so when all that was up and dandy and everything, she finally went to level 2, and then she worked so hard to get better to go home. I could tell that she was working really hard to go home. So that was really nice. She's such a fantastic baby. She has her moments, but she's a fantastic baby. She works so hard. So nothing happened when I was in the hospital, like paranormal wise, obviously. Even though my mom says that there was like really, really crazy energy when she when she came to visit me. Like she could hardly visit me very often because she's very sensitive to that sort of thing. And obviously, hospitals are going to have a lot of energy because it's a hospital. People do die. There's a lot of trauma. There's a lot of heartbreaks, sorrow, joy. There's a lot of things going on in a hospital. But I don't think the units where I was staying at was haunted because there was a high risk unit for moms. I didn't get the impression that there was anything weird going on in my unit and any of the places that I stayed in. And my mom didn't pick up on anything either, but she said that the hospital in general was very, very claustrophobic with the amount of energy. And I didn't really pick up on that, but I was in my own world. So everything just kind of like chilled out when I was gone. As far as I know, David doesn't say anything. Like he didn't say like if anything happened, and he wouldn't tell me if anything happened anyways, because he doesn't believe in that sort of stuff. And he even told me, because I asked him, I'm like, well, if anything actually did happen to you, you wouldn't even admit that's what it was. You would find some completely illogical reason as your logical reason for something happening, even though that wouldn't make any sense. And he goes, well, it's just crazy for stuff like that to happen. So obviously he has experienced some stuff, but he will not tell me about it. So I don't know if anything happened to him while I was gone. But since I've returned, I know he's stressed out about money and about being a dad, but he was really excited about being a dad, and he used to take care of his brothers. He's the oldest of six. Um, and the youngest was a baby. And even before then, he took care of all of his brothers who were also babies. So he knows how to take care of babies. He knows how to take care of children. And he's not scared of children. And he's really, really good with kids. So I was really comfortable with the fact that I was pregnant and we were going to have a kid together because I knew he would be able to take care of the kid. But when I came back, it's like complete 360. And I'm stressed out too about money and such, and I don't know if it's just because I had a bond with her because of 9 months and then 2 weeks and then having to be with her that way. But I don't know if whatever's in this house has influenced him in some way, because he is so angry. He's not the same guy since me coming back here. And I don't know if it's just the stress or if it's something in this house that's influencing him. And it just never even occurred to me until I told somebody about this, what was going on, and they mentioned it, but they said that like, oh, maybe like something is targeting me, and obviously it's not targeting me. I have an incredibly strong will because of something that happened past experience wise, so nothing can really get to me that way. I'm too strong of a person now to let that something like that happen again. So I think they went for the next vulnerable person because nothing's touching her. Because nothing's touching me, nothing's touching her. She's part of me. This is not happening. But David, he doesn't have any sort of belief system. So he doesn't even have anything else to go off of besides just willpower. He has no belief system. He doesn't believe in a God. He doesn't believe in anything, which I guess is appropriate because it's kind of silly to not believe in God but believe in everything else. That doesn't make sense. But he doesn't have a belief system, so he's incredibly vulnerable, especially in a very stressful, traumatic situation, which did happen. We were in a very traumatic, stressful situation, and I think something took advantage of that, and which is why I'm wearing a cross and such, because he's not the same person anymore. I don't know if he's gonna get better, but yeah. So that's everything that's been going on. I know it's been a really, really long video. I'm going to try to make it into parts probably. And I will keep you guys updated about everything else that's going on. If anything else does continue to happen in the house, I'll do my best. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.